Hey, what's up, y'all? It's me again, Irving Fryar, here at the Fryar Place where the conversations are fire. I see that my guest is in his seat. We don't want to hold him long. We have a special guest today. This is just going to be fire. Y'all, it's just going to be fire. So come on in the room. I'm not going to give you time to sign in. I'm not going to give you time to log in. I'm not going to give you time to give a comment. I want to get to this man because he doesn't have a whole lot of time. All right, we're going to bring him in the room. There he is. He was gone just a few minutes ago, but there he is. Look at that face. Look at that smile. Look at that man. Listen, No, I was going to say something about that in just a second. Listen, he's sitting. Hey, Hope. Hey, Rashida. Y'all listen. We're on Facebook Live. We're on YouTube Live. I had to do this way. This man right here, this is a special moment for all of us, particularly those of us who are African Americans, who have come through the University of Nebraska as an athlete. This is Mickey Joseph. Mickey Joseph is now the head coach at the University of Nebraska. Let me give you some credentials real quick, and then we're going to ask him a few questions and let him get out of here because it's a busy day for him. He's a former Husker quarterback under Tom Osborne. We played under Tom together. Had a great record when he started, 9-2. Ended up breaking his leg out at OU. You're playing them tomorrow, so we're going to talk about maybe some get back with them. But he was a head coach at Langston University, assistant head coach, wide receiver coach, special teams coach at Alcorn State, wide receivers coach, special teams coordinator at Grambling, running backs coach at Louisiana Tech, assistant head coach at LSU, wide receiver coach LSU, assistant head coach and wide receiver coach and pass coordinator there at the University of Nebraska. And now, as of 9/11, he is the head coach at the University of Nebraska Cornhuskers. And watch this. Not only is he the head coach at the University of Nebraska, the Cornhuskers football team, but he is the first black African-American, I don't like saying black, the first African-American head coach of any sport at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you, Irv. How you doing, man?
I'm well. Listen, I mean, you're setting. I mean, Nebraska had their first sport, baseball, in 1883. Now here we are, 139 years later, and you're the first African American head coach in any sport there at the university. What does that mean to you, man? That's awesome. That's just awesome.
But I mean, it means a lot. It means a lot. You just take your hat off to Trev for believing in me, believing in that I can lead the team, lead the program. But it shows you that we're really going to be diverse here at the University of Nebraska. It shows you that.
Nice. And not only is he a head coach and a former alumni like myself, but he's also Q Psi Phi, Omega Psi Phi. That's why, yeah. I saw it sitting up in the back up there on yourself. I said, let me put my stuff on so we can be coordinated here, man. I'm really excited about this opportunity. I mean, we know that Trev walked in on the 11th and let Coach Frost go. His record, not very good. What was he, like 16-31, I think it was, in his 5-year tenure. Did you see this coming?
No. Didn't see it coming. Woke up Sunday morning, was fixing little Mickey a waffle. I was going in to grade the film. My phone rang. It was Trev. I didn't answer.
Whoa. Why didn't you answer?
I was grading the film, and let me get through this series.
Okay, got you, yeah.
Then he texted me, and then he called me up to come up and see him, and he asked me to be the interim coach because he told me that they had parted ways with Coach Frost. And I accepted. And I accepted because of the boys, and also because this is my university. This is where we played at.
Yeah.
Without this university, I wouldn't be sitting in this spot.
Right.
Wouldn't getting the education from here and be able to play from here, and being accepted to come back here. But I didn't come back here to be the head coach. I came back here to help Coach Frost get this thing back on track.
Right.
So I didn't see this coming.
Right.
But I knew, God don't make any mistakes. And my mom made sure that I knew that and to take the opportunity and lead this program.
So when you got the call and you knew it was Trev, you didn't answer. I'm sure you had caller ID. You knew it was Trev. You didn't answer. We got a bunch of Qs that are on right now. Keith Dickens. My mom says, What's up, Q's? Yeah, my sister Hope is on. She gives fire to the African American head coach. Listen, what were the first thoughts that you had when Trev actually said to you that we've parted ways with Frost and now we would like for you to be the interim head coach? What were the first things that were going through your mind?
The players immediately came to my mind. You know, how to handle them, because I know it's a tough situation for those guys. And at the end of the day, Frost recruited all 85 scholarship kids. He's been here 5 years. So he's sat in all their living rooms, you know, except the transfers that we brought in. So my focus went straight to them to be a comfort blanket, or you would say, a shoulder they can lean on and put my arms around them, assure them that everything was going to be okay, that we was going to have to change some things up, but it was going to help us to try to start winning games, that I wasn't doing anything to be selfish. And, you know, I was going to confide in the offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, and the special teams coordinator before I make decisions. And I was going to try to make sure that they were okay and that they were comfortable with what I was doing.
Okay, so take us back to that first interaction with the players when you stood before them the first time as their new head coach. What were some of the other things that you said to them, and then how did they respond?
Well, just sitting in front of them for the first time, you can see the hurt on their face and the confusion that on their face, that they were confused about what was going on.
Yeah.
My message to them right then, because I'm a straightforward person, no matter what you're thinking right now and what you think you need to do, that ball's going to kick off Saturday against OU. So we got to get through this, but we got to get back to the field and start working. I told him I had Frost's blessing to take this job, to keep lead these kids. So it wasn't to the point where I wanted them to start doubting themselves and doubting what this program was going to head, because my thing is we want to win. So we got to put a formula into winning. So I'm going to have to change some things up. And it's like minor changes. You know, we went from an off day on Sunday to the off day on Monday to give the coaches more time. But I thought they needed to get back in the groove on Sunday of lifting, weightlifting, running, and also watching film.
Okay, what you know, we have the Cornhusker DNA. When you talk about Bob Devaney, you talk about Tom Osborne, that's the same DNA. And then you got Frank Solich, who came in after Tom, and then things got off track after that. Now you have the bringing back. They tried to with Coach Frost, but Trev Alberts is now the AD. He's got that same DNA. So you talked about changes that need to be made in order to get the University of Nebraska football team, Cornhuskers, back to that level of play, back to that level of respect that we've always had for years, for decades, that's been lost over the last 10 or so years. What are those changes? You talked about a few of them just now, but what are some of the changes that you see that need to be made?
Well, it's a big man's game. It's a big man's game. So we was going to start in the box. We was going to start with the O lineman and D lineman. You know, we was going to be a better tackling team. We was going to be a gap integrity team. We was going to come off the football as O-lineman. We was going to move them on double team. So we was going to make the practice a little bit more physical. We started off the Tuesday practice with an 8-play live, ones against ones, twos against twos. We did the same thing on Wednesday. So we put tackling in it, and we picked the tempo up. You know, transition. When we transition full speed to the next drill. So we got more work in with less time. And that's what I was looking for, to get them on the field and get them off the field.
Wow, that's good. And I guess, and that's considered to be old school, being physical in practice. I'm, you know, in the NFL now, they're
tackling. That's considered to be old school, but I think they still play football. So if you can't block and you can't tackle, you can't win.
Amen to that. There's a lot of argument about that going on in the NFL right now, where they're not really playing a whole lot in preseason, so on and so forth. We don't want to get into all of that, but that's old school, and that's the way you have to prepare if you're going to play this game. But you know what? This may seem like a big challenge to a lot of people, you know, kind of being thrust into this position that you didn't see coming, knowing though that God doesn't make mistakes, that this is in God's plan for you, but you're no stranger to challenges. You were a head coach at an all boys school down in Louisiana that what was it called? The Desire Street Academy down in the 9th Ward. And then Hurricane Katrina hit and wiped everything out. And you were displaced, 4 hours away. And you were still able to manage those kids. You were still able to keep them together and to win some games through all of that adversity, even having to sleep in the dorms or being a dorm monitor for them. Talk about that a little bit and how that actually prepared you for what you're going to have, the challenge that you're going to have to overcome right now.
But it also was one of the most challenging situations I've ever been in as a coach. You know, you're speaking to the kids on Saturday. You know, you're telling them, hey, this thing's going to turn. I'll see you back here Tuesday. We're getting ready to play the #1 team in the state, Kentwood Kangaroos. And so we tell them, hey, it's going to turn Tuesday. Next thing you know, I'm getting a call, you know, because it hit Wednesday. I think it hit Wednesday.
Katrina, yes.
I get a call Thursday from Danny Walford, who was the CEO at the time, saying, hey, what we're going to do about the boys. At that time, we had 195 boys, 7th grade to 11th grade. We had one 12th grader because we were just starting it up. So we had 195 boys. So it was to the point where he said, we got to go find them. So the staff and I, we met in Dallas, and we just dispersed out. We were dispersed to different parts of Texas to find them, and they had signs saying DSA, and we was able to bring 97 of them back.
Wow.
And we went to Niceville, Florida, Camp Tapuchi, and we kept them there from September all the way to April. And we did. We lived in cabins. They still was able to go to school. They still was able to play football. We still was able to play basketball. We ran track. And by the time when track was over, it was time to bring them back to their parents. But when we brought some of them back, their parents still didn't have a place to go.
Right.
So they still had no place to go to live. So we had to get a dormitory on campus, and we got that on campus, and that's where most of the boys lived at, on campus in the dormitory. Wow. And it was rough fun, but there were some strong kids, and I still keep in touch with those kids today. You know, they grown, you know, but they married, you know, even off that last team, we signed 6 D1 kids.
Wow.
Off the last. So it was a very strong kid, but it was a tough situation. And my thing is, we did what we had to do, you know, for those boys.
And it's like you said, it's for the boys. I got some comments from Dr. Tinsley. She says that she loves your focus on the players and not making this about you. It's not about Mickey. It's about the players and making sure they're able to recognize the challenge and giving them the tools and the encouragement and what they need to make sure that they overcome and come out on the other side of this challenge better than they were going in. I got an opportunity to have Coach Osborne on my podcast 2 weeks ago. And, you know, I can't even put into words the influence that he's had on my life. And you're doing the same thing for these young men. And, hats off to you, bro. That's what we're about in the fraternity. Yeah. We're about helping our brother, lifting him up, fellowship. Yeah. Friendship is essential to the soul. That's what we're about. And you're standing out in that area. And we're hats off to you, bro. Listen, we know you got to go. I got about 5 more minutes with you. But you're playing Oklahoma tomorrow. And he started smiling. Oklahoma all the way back, years back. It was always when we were in the Big 8. It was a big, big game for us there at the University of Nebraska. And now you're in the Big 10. It's still a big game, but that's a special game for you. I mean, that was the last game you played as a college player. You broke your leg down there in Norman, Oklahoma, and that ended your football career pretty much. And thank God, because now you're coaching. Who knows what would have happened? You might have gone on and played into the NFL and not ended up being a coach. But these boys need you now. So what do you guys have to do tomorrow against Oklahoma? What's the plan? They got a good defense. What are you guys going to do that is going to get Nebraska back on the winning track?
Well, the first part, they're a very solid football team, a very well coached football team with really good players. And my thing is, we got to win all 3 phases of the game: special teams, offense, and defense. We got to win the turnover margin. We got to take care of the ball, and we got to get some turnovers. They're a really good offense. They have a really good offense. They have a stout defense. Brent Venables from Clemson, he's known as a really good defensive coach, and he'll have it ready. And I'm sure, there's some things that we hadn't seen, some unscouted looks that we're going to see on Saturday, and we just got to be ready when adversity hit and how we're going to handle it. But I think the boys are in a good place right now. They're in a good place. I just told them this. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. Tough people do.
Amen.
And we're going to go out there. We're going to play hard, and we're going to give it our best shot. But I asked them to leave everything on the field. Leave everything on the field, and I feel good that they would do that.
Well, Coach, my watchers, my listeners, they're all putting in comments. We're cheering for you tomorrow. We're not just cheering for you tomorrow. We're pulling for you and praying for you for the rest of the season, because my prayer is that you're retained as the head coach and that you're there for many years to come. That's what my prayer is for you. That's what I'm going to be seeking God about. I know you're prepared. I know you're equipped. I know you're enabled to do it, and you're capable to do it. And God has not put you in this position for you to fail. So just know that we're cheering you on. You're at home tomorrow.
Yes.
Pull from that energy from all those fans. Man, I remember the first time I walked into that stadium with all those people in red. That was unbelievable. So just know you got a lot of people supporting you, who are cheering for you, who are pulling for you, who are praying for you. We want the best for you. We want the best for the team. And just congratulations. This is a big time. This is history in the making, and you're a part of it, Coach. And I thank you for being a part of us today. See, I got you out at 12:18. I know you got another appointment. And thank you also. Listen, everybody, he's on with us before ESPN, before all those other. He put us first. We got it first. Yeah, we got it firsthand. He's going to see the rest of them and deal with the rest of them the rest of the day today. But Coach, listen, I'll be in touch. Thank you very much. Listen, next year when you're the head coach, if you need a receivers coach, holla.
Hey, I got to make sure I hold you to that.
Oh, hey, holla. I've always told my wife, I'm remarried now, but I told my wife, I said, listen, at some point we're going back to Nebraska. At some point we're going back to Nebraska. Hopefully it's not when the bottom falls out, but at some point we're going back to Nebraska. I love it there. Got something going on with the mayor right now that we're trying to put together with regards to eliminating homelessness in Lincoln. Hopefully that works out. But you'll be seeing a lot of me. Yes, sir.
All right. What I can do for you.
Yes, sir. God bless you. And thanks for coming on with us, Coach.
I appreciate you, Irv.
All right.
Thank you.
Good luck to you tomorrow. All right.
Thank you. All right.
Y'all, that was good. We only had him for 20 minutes. We had to try to make the most of it. But this is history in the making right now. I mean, the University of Nebraska started their sports program back in, what was it? Let me see my notes. 1883. 1883, they started a baseball team at the University of Nebraska. And here we are 139 years later, and we're having the first African-American coach at the University of Nebraska, y'all. Isn't that special? And he was on with us today. I had him scheduled 2 weeks ago to come on. Before this took place, right before that, I talked to him, and he agreed because at that time, he was the receivers coach and assistant head coach. So I was just going to have him on because, yeah, it's a platform. He's my fraternity brother. He's dealt with the University of Nebraska for a while now and coaching at the college level. And he's a great conversation. He's had to face challenges, and he's been able to overcome them. Like he has a challenge right now in getting the University of Nebraska football team back on track. They've been losing 16-31 over the last 5 years. That's not good. We're not used to that. And it's been troublesome trying to get that program turned back around. So I thank God for my brother. I thank God, not that he's just a brother because we're both African-American, but he's my fraternity brother. He took the time to come on with us. Let me see. Is that frozen? No, it's not frozen. He took the time to come on with us, and that was great. And I'm glad you all, the Fryar place got the scoop. That's what. Well, he was scheduled. I was hoping, that he would be able to stick with his commitment. Being the head coach now, he may not have been able to, and I would have had to understand that he may not have been able to come on. They play tomorrow. So, I mean, he squeezed out 20 minutes for me, which was absolutely, and I know he did it on the Shield. It's all right, but it's cool. I appreciate it, and it adds value to the show. Y'all, speaking of value, let me say hi to some of y'all. Trenda, you're supposed to be on YouTube. Go to YouTube and subscribe. Trenda said, my husband went and played for Nebraska. Let me throw this up on the screen. My husband went and played for Nebraska in 1985. You're telling his age. Yeah, you're telling his age. I was at Nebraska in 1980, so there you go. He's not older than I am. Change is needed. Change is needed. Praying they surround him with all the tools to get Nebraska back to their winning ways. Yeah. I pray so too, Brother Williams. God bless you. Thanks for being with us today. Please, those of you who are watching this on my personal Facebook page, if you can, take a moment, go over to YouTube, search the Fryar Place, and subscribe. You know why? We're going to celebrate right now because we've reached our goal for our first year. We have 1,000 subscribers. Yeah, actually more than 1,000 now, but we're working on 2,000 now. So thank you all. I really do want to thank you all for your support over this first year. We're a year old. Yeah, a year and a couple of months old, and we have 1,000+ subscribers, and it's all because of you all. You know, you're sharing and you're liking and you're hitting the notifications button and you're sending it out to your friends. So I want to thank everyone who has been supporting the Fryar Place over the past year. We're going to keep this train rolling on the tracks. You saw the post that I put up on yesterday. Thank you all who are watching right now. Mitchell, Casey Mitchell, two of the best. He's two of the best. I guess you mean me and the coach. I hope you mean me and the coach. Good luck to the coach. Yeah, we need to be cheering him on tomorrow while they're playing the University of Oklahoma Sooners. Richard, Tanya, Pastor Dickens, God bless you, bro. Rashida, thanks for being with us today. I got 11 folk on right now. Listen, I'm not done. I have something prepared for the second half of the show today, and prayerfully, this is something that you're going to enjoy, is something that you're going to participate in. All right. Again, thank you. Those of you who are a part of the 1,000+ subscribers that we've been able to acquire in our first year up and running at the Fryar Place. There are some different platforms that the Fryar Place is going to be a part of here in the next few months. I'll let you know what they are, but it's going to be like having a show come and be on the Fryar Place, like maybe not Eagles, but just for example, the Eagles at the Fryar Place or Pots and Pans at the Fryar Place. So we're going to bring in not real pots and pans. I'm just trying to paint a picture. So we're going to be like a network that has shows on it. Amen. Yeah, that makes sense. So listen, next week, we have a young man by the name of Lonnie Hunter. Y'all probably know him, radio personality. He's a Grammy Award winner in gospel music. They have a 16th. It's the 16th annual Inspiration Celebration Gospel Tour. Let me throw that on the screen. Okay, you can see that right there. They're coming on October 1st. They'll be here in this area. I'm in New Jersey, for those of you who are watching and are not in New Jersey, but I'm in New Jersey right now. They're coming to Philadelphia, October 1st at the Liacouras Center. Yeah, at Temple University. They'll be at the Liacouras Center. That inspirational gospel tour. Carlton Humes will be there. Donald Lawrence and company will be there. Smokey Norfolk will be there. Kiara Sheard Kelly will be there, along with Lonnie Hunter, who will be hosting the night. He'll be the MC for the night. And the tour is going around. As you can see, it's somewhere in September 10th. It's in, Jackson, Mississippi, September 16th. It's in Raleigh, North Carolina, September 21st. October 1st, it's here in Philadelphia. Now, it's a free concert, okay? It is a free concert, but I have, because of Brother Lonnie Hunter, I have access to VIP seating, VIP seats in the front, reserved seats in the front. So we're going to have a contest here at the Fryar place for anyone who is interested in these free. I'm going to give you VIP seating, as many tickets as you want. All right. If you win the contest, you'll get as many tickets as you want. Free VIP seating. Somebody ought to say something in the comments. That's pretty good. Go ahead. Thanks, Brother Royster, for the congrats on the 1K. Thank you, sir. Yeah, the Fryar place is trending. Yes, that's what we're doing, Richard. You're right. What's up, Vinny? Good to see you too, bro. So again, we're giving away to the winner. I'm going to tell you what the contest is in a minute, but we're giving away VIP seating. That means you're sitting up in the front. All right. It's a free concert. So if you don't get there early to a free concert, you're going to be sitting in the back. But this way you can get there right on time and sit in the front. VIP seating is going to be given out via Brother Lonnie Hunter. Now, next Saturday, our show, The Fryar Place, will not air next Friday. It's going to air next Saturday, this coming Saturday, a week from tomorrow. Why? Because one, I'll be away. Number two, Lonnie Hunter is going to be in the air flying. So he's going to be our guest next week here at the Fryar Place, Brother Lonnie Hunter. Yes, that's going to be fire, because he's a clown, just like I'm a clown, and we're going to have a good time. But because of him and his graciousness, he has made available to me and the Fryar Place, and to you, those of you who are going to win the contest, what's going on, AQ? VIP seating. All right. So here's what the contest is. I want to try to make it or keep it simple. We know, particularly those of us in this area, we know that the Philadelphia Eagles are playing on Monday night against the Minnesota Vikings. All right. So what you want to do is, if you're going to enter the contest, you need to go and predict or give me your prediction. First of all, who's going to win the game, and then what the total amount of points are going to be scored with Eagles and Vikings. So if the Eagles score 7 and the Vikings score 7, that means the total amount of points that were scored in the game were 14 points. All right. But you have to pick the winner and the amount of points, the number of points scored in the game. So, for instance, in your email, you put Eagles will win, 14 points will be scored. Not just by the Eagles, but the total points in the game. You got me? Does everybody understand that? I'm trying to keep it simple. You want to go to the Fryar Place at gmail.com. Make your prediction of who's going to win and your prediction of how many points will be scored in the game. That's a total of how many points are scored by both teams. So if one team scores 21, the other team scores 7, that's a total of 28 points that are scored in the game. That's the number that's going to be evaluated, all right? We'll judge you on that number. Whoever comes the closest, if no one gets it exact, whoever comes the closest, now you got to pick the winner. Your winner has to be right as well. The team that you pick that's going to win has to be correct as well. Whoever picks the right winner and is closest in the number, if we don't get an exact number, whoever's the closest, that's who's going to win. And you will be able to have access to as many tickets. I'll contact you back via email, get your request, and send you the link so you can get your tickets. You can get as many tickets as you want in the VIP seats for the concert at the Leah Corrs Center, where Carlton Humes, Donald Lawrence and company, Smokey Norfolk, Kiera Shears, Kelly, and Lonnie Hunter will all be there on the 1st of October. Does that make sense? Is everybody clear with that? No, Richard, I will not be hosting a watch party on Monday night. I'm going to be at the game, doing some appearances at the game in person, trying to, network and get back out there like I should be. I kind of became a recluse for a little while and just didn't do anything with anybody at any time. But now I've shed that recluse skin off, and I've crawled out back into the new me. So I will be at the game. No, there will not be a host. I will not be doing a watch party, but I will be doing a watch party next Thursday night. You'll see the advertisement when I post it. So next Thursday night, I think it's the 22nd for the Thursday night NFL football game. I'll be doing a watch party for that. Did everybody get that? And that's for this contest is for anybody who's watching live right now. I got 12 people live right now. Anybody who's watching live right now, or anybody who gets their prediction of who's going to win and their number, the number of total points scored, if you get that in before the game starts. So if you watch this podcast after it's been posted, but you make your prediction and get your number in of scored points, you get that in before the game starts. You send that email in to the fryarplace@gmail.com before the game starts. You'll be a part of the contest. Now, we're not just going to do it this week. We're also going to do it for next week's game as well, because next week's game is played on, it'll be played before the 1st of October. I don't know exactly what the date is, but we got 2 games we're doing this for. This week, when the Eagles play against the Vikings, the Minnesota Vikings, on Monday night. And then next week's game, I'm not sure who they're playing next week, but we'll have the contest run for 2 weeks. All right. We'll make sure we say it when Lonnie is on with us next week. That's going to be a great show. You don't want to miss that next week. Lonnie is my man, pots and pans, bottles and cans, and he can clown just like I can clown too. I think I'm going to bring a secret guest on next week so the 3 of us can have a good time. But good to see everybody. Does everybody understand? I see a few of you say, copy that. Brother Royster said, copy that. Trenda, she said, I don't know nothing about sports. Listen, Trenda, here it is. Listen, all you have to do, there's only 2 teams playing, all right? So you can guess Eagles or Vikings. That's all you have. So the winning team will be Eagles or the Vikings. So you guess one or the other. And then the total points, okay? Touchdowns are 6 points. Extra points are 1 point. Field goals are 3 points. So just guess how many points both teams are going to score. If one team scores 7, the other one scores 12, then we got 19 points that'll be scored. You can look, just guess. Listen, you can't win if you don't swing. Who knows? You might win. So don't just count yourself out. Richard said, Richard, how did you already win? How did you already win? What did you do? Are you that good at guessing? Rashida said, I got it. Anthony, the worst. That's the Cowboys next. It's not the Cowboys the week after the Vikings, is it? Or you're just saying Cowboys because you're a Cowboys fan? No, you're going to come on the show the day before the Cowboys. The week that we play the Cowboys, Brother Royster, you and Keith and I, and we're going to clown you because you're a Cowboys fan. I will go back and watch again. Came late. Okay, what are you going to? Oh, you're going to watch and see the interview or the talk that I had with Coach Joseph. Yeah, Mickey Joseph. Mickey Joseph was on with us earlier today. He couldn't stay the entire time of the show, and we respect his time because he was appointed, given the assignment of being the head coach at the University of Nebraska's football organization. Yep. And that happened on the 11th of September. It was a surprise to him. He's a former quarterback at the University of Nebraska, played under Tom Osborne like I did, coached around for a while and came back to the university as a assistant head coach, wide receiver coach. And because the current coach at the time, Scott Frost, had been there for 5 years and his record was 16-31. That wasn't good at all. He was let go. And Coach Joseph was given the assignment of the interim head coach. And that's history. That's history right now. He's the first African-American head coach of any sport at the University of Nebraska. University of Nebraska. Sports were established in 1886. That's 139 years ago. And now here we are, the first African-American head coach. All the African-American athletes that have gone through the University of Nebraska. And we thank God for the University of Nebraska because we all, are blessed because of that. But we have the first African-American head coach in any sport at the University of Nebraska in place right now. We need to support him. We need to pray for him. We need to do what we can do to watch out for him because this is history in the making. Oftentimes, interim head coaches are not retained after their interim tenure. We want him to be retained. We want him to remain the head coach at the University of Nebraska where the Cornhuskers play. The way that happens is they win. If they win, when they win, that removes any excuses for them removing him. So we want to support them, and we pray that he sees the pathway clear, and that the young men that are playing there grab hold to his vision and are inspired by him and play their hearts out, so that the university can get back to where it used to be, and that is in the tradition of winning. So y'all, I really don't have anything else today. Anybody got anything that you want to say? Woo, wow. Brother Royce said, wow. Richard, Cowboys. Oh, you already won because the Cowboys have lost? Yeah, the Cowboys are not going to be good this year. They lost their quarterback. They're done. Done. AQ, tell Mickey to call me, bro. I sent him a message last week. You played against him? Okay. He played high school football with my cousin. Great. Yes, he's a great guy. Yes, he is. He's busy right now, but I'll holler at him. And I believe that, he responded because he didn't have to respond to me. But I believe because I was there before him and we're fraternity brothers and played in the league and all that kind of stuff. I kind of forget sometimes and don't see myself the way other people see me. What I did in the NFL kind of speaks for me, but I don't see it that way until sometimes I talk to people and they're like, oh, you did this, you did it. You forget who you are. Y'all don't forget who you are because who you are will make room for you. That's what the Bible says. Your gifts will make room for you. And in other words, use what you got to get what you want. God gave you what you have so you can get what you need. So let your gift make room for you. I've stifled my gift for a few years now and kind of walked in the background and tried to walk softly and not carry a stick when that's not who I am. But I'm back. I'm not dead, so I ain't done. Yeah, that's one of my new sayings. So yeah, y'all, the contest again, right there on the 21st, Leocore Center. You want to predict who's going to win? Do it and write it. Send the email to the fryarplace@gmail.com. Predict who's going to win and the total amount of points that are going to be scored by both teams in the game. Oh, no. Richard said, no. The Reverend Royster mentioned the cowbells. You missed my comment. Why I already won. So why did you already win? Let me go back and see if I can. Oh, I understand the Vikings will win 31. Okay, well, you need to put it in the email so it's official. All right, throw it in the email. I'm not going back to the comments. 31-24. I don't know. It's people are up in arms about the way the game was won, that the Eagles won against the Lions last week, in that they say that the Lions didn't necessarily lose. The Lions just ran out of time. Had the Lions had the ball again, they probably would have gone down and scored and won the game. But that didn't happen. And understand this, anytime you win on the road, it's a great win. It's tough to win in the NFL. That's what makes teams like New England Patriots, Buffalo Bills, who went to the Super Bowl in the 90s 4 years in a row, New England Patriots, who've gone to the Super Bowl time in and time out with Tom Brady. That's what makes them so great, because it's hard It's extremely difficult to get to the Super Bowl one time, let alone a handful of times. So, yeah, the Vikings are a better team than the Lions. Will the Vikings come in here and maul the Eagles? I don't know. I'm not so sure. We're going to see. We're going to find out. The Eagles have a lot of new toys, players that can be used, but that doesn't seem to be the case, at least of last week, with regards to particularly the defense. The defensive coordinator Coach Gannon needs to play with his toys a little bit more. Yeah, use those toys. They're very versatile and they can do a lot of different things. And you can throw them in there and create havoc for an offense. But he didn't do that last week. We'll see if he does it this week. So y'all, I am done for the day. Okay, here we go. I just used it as a reference, Richard. I wasn't dogging the Bills. I think the Bills, listen, what they did last week against the Rams, if that's any indication of what they're going to be this year or what they are this year, my gosh, they just thrashed the reigning Super Bowl champions, just thrashed them in every aspect of the game, just dominated that game. And I mean, the Bills were already good. We know that. But they're better now. If that's any indication, that first game of the season, any indication of what they're going to do this year, Lord willing, they stay healthy, they'll be in the Super Bowl. Yes, they will. They will be in the Super Bowl. That is for sure. Because man, they had it going on last week. All right, so you all got it. Make sure you email me at thefryarplace@gmail.com. thefryarplace@gmail.com if you want to be a part of the contest. Listen, don't forget we got merch, Press and Sew. Go to pressandsew.com/TFP. That's the Fryar Place. pressandsew.com/TFP right there on the screen. Go there, check out the Fryar Place, check out our merch. If you do purchase anything, the proceeds will go to charity. So you'll be helping someone, helping a child. All right. pressandsew.com/TFP. Y'all check that out. Also, we're moving on up. We like the Jeffersons, moving on up. The Fryar Place is on iHeartRadio. You can download the iHeartRadio app on your phone. Yeah, download the app on your phone. It's free. Open it up. Search for the Fryar Place. You'll see it. Tap it, and you'll be right in. So if you can't watch us and listen to us via YouTube or Facebook, you can listen to us on the iHeartRadio app. That is awesome. We're moving up, making some moves. Making some moves. Y'all, that's it. We're going to be back next week. Same time, same place, same purpose, conversation that is fire. We thank Mickey Joseph, Coach Mickey Joseph, head coach, the University of Nebraska Cornhuskers, for coming on today and sharing with us. We got the scoop. We got him on before NFL, or not NFL, but ESPN, before any of those big networks. He came on with us here at the Fryar Place, y'all. We are just so grateful for that, and we're praying for him, praying for the best for him and for the team as he navigates his way through this challenge, and as he ministers physically in the football realm and spiritually to those young men out there at the University of Nebraska on the football team. All right. See you next week, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. Y'all stay safe. All right. God loves you, and I do too. Peace. Thanks for being with us today.